3D printers?
I thought it was a printer where you print 3D photos from the cameras.
3D printer is a device that prints objects from computer space in 3D and builds them up in layers, either out of plaster or resin, or if you've got enough money, possibly out of metal.
I'm not exactly sure what the 3D technology does in terms of the printing and how they use it with movie making.
Hi, do you know what a 3D printer is? No, I don't know what a 3D printer is. Now that you know what a 3D printer is, how could it be useful in your home or work environment?
So it would be awesome for replacement parts if little things break, especially kids' toys or things like that, yeah. So it'd be good replacement parts.
Great.
I guess like from my jobs to maybe creating toys or finding puzzles and things like that.
Print copies of expensive goods that I've brought. If I needed an extra computer, for example, perhaps I could just print a copy of a computer. Yes, I could also print food. So that could be really good. That could cut down my food bill by a huge amount by just printing what I need to eat. In fact, I wouldn't even need to eventually buy any more food because I'd just buy one lot of food and just keep printing it. I'm sure you could, once it's loaded into the printer, you could just reprint a bottle of milk and the next one and the next one and the next one.
No, now that you know what a 3D printer is capable of doing, how could it be useful in your home or work environment?
Making template prototypes of things, research and development. Well, in the home, you can print out all sorts of useful bits and pieces. I don't know, like a teaspoon, perhaps, if you've lost one. A recent teaspoon could be useful camping. But for me personally, in the business environment, the work environment, I would have definitely have an art project I could use. The medium is a sculptural medium. I could sculpt it in the computer in 3D space and then print those objects out. I've actually got a project in mind if you know anybody who's got a 3D printer who would like to contribute to an art project.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you. What impact do you think it would have on society or people?
Well, the potential impact for 3D printing is enormous, especially because in time the computers we create will be more intelligent than us, will have more processing power and eventually more intelligence than us. So if we're to create a greater than human intelligence machine, the ability for it to reproduce is probably quite important. And I know that the 3D printing, open source 3D printing project called RepRap, which is basically if you know someone who's got one, they can print you the parts to make your own self-replicating machine. So that's, if you think we're going to create an intelligence that's beyond human capabilities, at some stage it's going to decide that it needs to reproduce, and 3D printing is probably the most important part of its evolution, and that it can reproduce itself.
Well, the impact on society and people is going to be a positive factor that I can see. I mean, the fact that you can print almost anything you desire is a positive thing.
Probably gives people a different way to think, changing from one-dimensional to three-dimensional, and makes a change in the way that people think and use printers and ICT stuff.
I think like most technology is the right way to
Well, it could have quite a positive and a negative impact on society and people. I was thinking a broken toy being a broken gun, which could then turn into a gun that someone could use, so without a license. So negative impact there. Positive impact, now that I know about it, is organ replacements and things that are really important to people. So you probably have to have quite a lot of regulation attached somehow. So it's got a great potential for replacing organs and important things in people's lives like that. And the danger would be people making dangerous weapons that they should have a license to have in their home.
I don't think there's many limitations, and there's huge benefits.
I see huge benefits in terms of printing whatever you like, but I see one big limitation, and that's going to be the cost. But no doubt this will come down over time. But
I don't know, it depends what you were making a 3D image of.
Well, it's in its infancy now, I think. It looks pretty cool, but in time I guess it'll get bigger and cheaper and more durable. And in time, if humans are creating greater intelligence than we have, and it can reproduce itself, then I guess there's a risk there that eventually become redundant as a species.